Superwoman issue 7, Phil Jimenez writing and Jack Herbert on art. And, oh boy, so obviously...
So much to read still.
So much to...
Good Lord, Jimenez.
This is the big complaint I have with this book, and it's a shame, but he is packing far too many panels and like conversations into every page, and he needs to calm down.
I think it took me longer to read Superwoman this week than it did Dead Man. And Dead Man's twice the length.
Well, I'm just put this out here. I didn't have time to read this book. I didn't get around to it, and I was going. Oh, I've got 5 minutes. Maybe I can squeeze it in. Clearly not.
I love how he saved that for a little surprise when we got to it.
It's not the only one that's happened to this week either.
All the love I had from this book from the first 2 issues, every issue since has been it's been dwindling and dwindling.
It's because I think this story of like Lena doing whatever she's doing to the city has been on too long. And they've all been so densely packed with too much stuff that it's more of a chore to read for a lot of it, which is a shame because I still really like most of the characters, and the ending's really intriguing. The ending's what we're going to talk about most here. Let's be honest. So
well, yeah, because there's so much going on, it's hard to pinpoint exactly. I mean, you have the conversation between Lex and the Atomic Skull.
Yeah,
the Atomic Skull's kind of
Atomic Skull
poking at him.
Insists that Lex apologise for everything that he's done to him, so that it'll help him. Yep. And that was a good moment.
And Lex won't apologize until Lana's like, no, you just eat your words, swallow your pride, and apologize, because this is your fault.
Another favourite moment...
Everything that's happening is your fault.
Yeah, another moment I really liked is when the ship that Lena's controlling starts transforming in the sky, and there's that sort of panels where it switches between Lana and Lex at the bottom. Yeah. And it's like, I have no idea what to do. Lex, what do we do? He's like, I have no idea. And there's this really great panel of Lana looking annoyed and just saying... useless. And I'm like, oh man, that's burning Lex right there.
Yeah.
Lex doesn't like
that's how you get to him, isn't it?
No, it is.
That was a good moment.
You attack his pride.
Yeah. Also, we finally have a name for the the clone of Superwoman from Earth 3 that's been helping them.
Yeah.
We finally have a name. She's Bizarre S. We're calling her Bizarre S. I like that.
I do, but I just like, why did it take so long?
I don't know why it took so long, but I like it. Also, weird point. At one point, Atomic Skull is looking at all the cubes that Lena's had people imprisoned in, and one of them, it looks like fake Clark, which makes no sense given what's going on everywhere else and the timing that this would take place in. So I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like Clark.
Sorry. This is things that had happened in the past, or is it they were in prison now?
Prison now.
This is what's getting me, because they're time cubes. When they solve everything, it feels like they were taking out of time.
Well, maybe
and
that
when they release
that.
everybody,
because he just kind of popped up, didn't he? And he was like, oh, I was somewhere, surely, because he thinks he had a life before.
Yeah, so maybe when he gets broken out of the cube, it sends him back to that specific point in time.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe. Sure.
But we got some cool steel moments with Natasha.
Yeah.
And JC-13. So again, the supporting cast is still the strongest point on this book. I just like Pete was saying, I wish it wasn't so wordy and there wasn't so much art. Like, that's such a weird complaint to have.
I know, but every time I turned the page, there's just too many panels. It's like, calm down.
Yeah. Well, and the layouts on them are so weird that you have to kind of read them twice to make sure you went the right direction, because there's no rhyme or reason for some of them. It's not like where they put the dialogue boxes in a spiral when you have to read them in a spiral, or...
And it's very obvious which way you need to go. It just flows naturally, whereas this feels a bit more haphazard. But let's talk about the ending, because the ending's always the big thing. So they get to Lena, Superwoman Lana overpowers to take her down, and it works.
Ultrawoman,
and she starts to basically get ill and start violently...
Yeah, she burns out.
She burns out, yeah. And the hooded figure we've been seeing running around for the last 3 issues finally gets up to her and takes off the hood behind her. And it's actually Lois, as in Superman's wife Lois. That Lois. Not New 52 Lois. And she says something, and Lana assumes it's her Lois standing behind her, and she's like, oh, shut up, Casper. Yeah. And she's like, I don't know about Casper, but she banters with her. And then Lana basically does the same thing that New 52 Lois did at the end of the first issue, where she's like, Clark, oh, I understand now. and then she like passes out. She doesn't completely die, but she passes out, and Steel comes in and is like, "Whoa, oh my god, what's happened to Lana?" And Lois is holding her, and she's like, "Oh, the same thing that happened to the other Lois." And then it goes to a close up of her eye and says, "The same thing that happened to me." Dun dun dun. Honestly, like, it makes sense because it's kind of what we've been saying the whole time, that the New 52 versions of the characters were kind of splinters of the same people. So, and this is obviously obviously this is all leading into Superman Reborn next month. Like, we're setting up all these things.
Right. But then again, what about what they call him in action? Doppelclark. Like, where's the explanation there?
Because he's something entirely different.
Oh yeah, he's different. I don't think he's part of this.
Yeah, but the way that New 52 Superman died and the way that Lois and now Lana have seemingly died, it's just, there's threads there, but I'm just like, how are they all going to connect? Which I guess is good.
You're tugging at the threads and you're just seeing a knot, and you just can't quite untangle it.
Well, I mean, obviously that's what might make Superman Reborn really exciting, because that should be the big culmination of all this stuff.
But I'm going to tell you the truth, Pete, and it's a little bit embarrassing. I didn't take that as proper Lois, as wife Lois.
Oh, you thought it was New 52 Lois?
I thought it was New 52 Lois has actually manifested, and it wasn't a ghost. Because we've seen that she's not a ghost, right? Like, other people have interacted with her.
No, only Bizarres. And I took that as because she absorbed her or whatever when she went, because she was the one that killed her.
Yeah. And see, this is where the unclarity,
so
that's a word.
All this dialogue and over exposition, and this is still unclear.
Yes. Yep.
I would put money that it's on, because the shorter hair. It was the shorter hair that really sold me that it was regular Lois. And the way she reacted,
really confusing. Yeah. We need a different name to address her by.
And when she reacted to the Casper line, she's like, "I don't know about Casper, but it." Like, and I think the whole point is at the end, and she's our memories are starting to like the memories of New 52 Lois is kind of merging into her. I mean, that's why the whole line at the end works, because she's like, the same thing that happened to that other Lois, the same thing that happened to me, and I think that's what it's getting at.
No, I get what you're saying. It was just, again, with everything going on, I didn't pick up on any of that. So I'm not saying you're wrong, because I don't have any other idea to counter it with, but. Yeah.
Jimenez needs to just calm down a little bit with the panels and just be like,
trust in yourself as a writer, show don't tell, and just go.
It's actually why I left it to the end, because I was like, I can't be bothered to read all of that.
I'm gonna give it one more issue before I out and out just stop. I mean, it doesn't, because it's gonna tie into Reborn, so I'll have to get those. But unless stuff starts becoming more clear, I can't keep going on week 2.
Yeah, I'm hoping it does. Because I really like the characters. I like Lana. I like Lois. I like the supporting cast. Yep, it's a shame because we loved the first issue, and it's a shame that we're having this conversation now. But I'm hoping it can shake things up a bit and maybe learn from the mistakes of the first arc going forward.
Yeah. Well, because I'm looking for reasons to drop stuff, so I have more time to read other things. But I do like he was saying, I like the supporting cast. I like a lot what's going on. The central mystery, I don't care about now. You know, I almost wish it was kind of like a Steel and Lana book where, you know, you don't have to worry about these weird plot threads.
Well, I'm hoping
maybe after Reborn,
I'm hoping that once Reborn sorts things out and the mystery's gone, it'll just be like, all right, we've got our 2 Superwomen potentially, maybe one, whatever way it ends up, and it's about them with Steel and Natasha fighting whatever they're fighting.
Kind of a shame it took that long to get there, though.
Yes.
Like, even if that is where it ends up after Reborn. So what issue was this? Sorry?
This was 7.
7. So we got 8 next month. Nice. It'll be issue 10 or 11 by the time we're looking at it being just a regular. That's the status quo now.
Maybe 9, because that's the Reborn aftermath. Yeah. So maybe that's when it.
Yeah. So the one after that.
Yeah, because Reborn's only gone through 1 month, right? Of all the books.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
So that's Superwoman issue 7. Mixed bag, unfortunately, but moments in there that I really like. I hope it can work things around.
Yeah, it had great moments, like especially Atomic Skull, because this is a character I always thought was like a Ghost Rider ripoff, and they've made him his own thing. and I like how he's got a swagger to him that I appreciate.